So this week in the Minecraft community has been very interesting to say the least. There's been this whole revolution going on. And honestly, when I first saw it, I thought it was a meme. I even just reposted some of it because I thought it was funny. But then when I looked into it, I was like, oh my god, this is serious. So let's talk about it. So usually this is the part of the video where I tell you about the game, but let's be honest, we all know about Minecraft. You're just here to see how bad my opinion is. Let's move on. So with the mob vote that Minecraft has for the past couple years, people have never been happy each year. Regardless of who won or lost, people are just not going to be happy with it. But people usually just complained, and then like a week later, everyone forgot, and then it repeats next year. But I guess this year, people are not happy about it. Of all the things to group up and revolt on, it's a block game, but I digress. So basically, if you've been anywhere on the internet, people are just posting a bunch of images and videos, mostly like on TikTok and Twitter, of like images of propaganda revolting. There's been this petition going around, and it has a lot of signatures. Last time I checked, it's like at 300k, I think, but I don't know, it's probably higher by now. And I remember seeing that, I'm like, I guess people really want some changes. But when I went to the website and read the petition, I don't think people really read it. It's quite interesting about what they put in it. And I guarantee you most of the people who sign it haven't even read it. So let's quickly go through it together. So this is what it looks like when you first open it. Stop the mob vote, put an end to the scrapping of great ideas. Now I don't agree with the first half, but I agree we should stop scrapping great ideas. And that's why I thought this petition was going to be all about, but once we go through the rest of it, you'll see what I mean. Now here's what the entire petition says here. I'm not going to read it all to you. I'm going to quickly summarize each paragraph and what I think about it. If you want to read it, feel free to pause the video. But yeah, let's go through these pretty quick. So with the first paragraph here, I mostly agree. The options usually tear people apart, and we have 3 really great options, and people have really noticed a problem with it. Nothing really much to say there. And with the second paragraph, I do agree that it does cause people to tear each other apart. But the statement about like how they're backed by Microsoft, which I guess is kind of true, but like with Microsoft, when they bought them, they really don't manage them. They kind of just let them do their thing. But I guess this kind of makes sense. So for the most part, I agree with that. And then with the third paragraph here, I also agree people have been not that happy with the outcomes with fan favorites, and also that other votes have been messed with and rigged, like the glow squid. And it does show that the system is a little flawed. Now the fourth paragraph, however, I do not agree with this first part that Minecraft is made popular due to its regular updates and large amount of content. Minecraft back then barely had anything, especially in 2011. Minecraft was made popular because of how huge it was on YouTube, and with the modding community really backing it up. Now we're going to talk more about mods later, and with the second half of this paragraph here, also to say that we get small updates. The only really small update we got was 1.20 and like 1.15, honestly. Those are small updates. Everything else we gotten is quite large. I'll talk more about that later, but yeah, I really disagree with this fourth paragraph. And then with the closing thoughts here, this is just really stupid here. Saying stop the vote entirely. Honestly, we should not stop the vote. I want to talk about why I think that. But for now, let's get through the rest of this. Saying that we should get all 3, I get people want all of them because they're good ideas. Is this really selfish? Like literally, I found the perfect image for it on Twitter right here. This is literally what people look like. And this other thing that's here really like irks me. If unpaid modders can add your mobs to the game within days after they're announced, the least you can do is keep up with the content frequency that made Minecraft famous. Now comparing Minecraft modders to official Mojang devs is literally comparing apples to oranges. It is just a load of crap, I'm gonna be honest. Now overall, there's nothing wrong with wanting change in a game. It's perfectly fine to ask for change. But the way that you go out with this petition, to basically demand more content while also insulting them in the same paragraph, is just kind of straight up mean. And now to talk about the modders versus devs. Honestly, it's such a dumb argument after all these years. A modder has no set of rules to abide to. They can do whatever they want, however they want, whenever they want. Because with mods, you're basically just adding codes that drop into the game.
Oh, that looks good.
And then after you drop in your modded code for your crab mod that you made, you really don't have to worry about anything else. You don't have to worry about how it interacts with our code. You don't have to worry about how it bugs anything, exploits anything. You just drop it in and let it go. But the developers have a whole different set of standards. They have to physically update the game with the code to make sure it doesn't break anything. And then they gotta code it on both versions of Minecraft. And then they gotta make sure it works on every version of Minecraft, because Minecraft is on a lot of platforms. Here's a list right here of all of them. Minus Classic Edition, all of these need to be updated and work for the next update. So overall, there's a lot more steps to go through as a Minecraft dev versus just your average modder. And another thing that people like to say a lot is, oh, small indie company. It's like, no, it's not a small indie company, it's an indie game. I feel like people forget that Minecraft is just an indie game at the end of the day. A game like Minecraft isn't meant to have massive expansions every update. And the fact that they're still updating the game to this day for free is quite generous compared to a lot of games nowadays. I feel like a lot of people take that for granted. It's kind of funny when people on Twitter clown on Minecraft devs, and even straight up modders come and defend them, saying they're stupid basically. It's quite funny and says a lot. It's just kind of funny that the people that say that modders get it done faster aren't even modders saying it. So please, for the love of God, just put this old argument to rest. It's stupid and pointless. Now I'm sure that you're probably wondering, did I make this video just to clown on people? No, well maybe a little bit. But I want to talk about how I want to change the vote instead of removing it, because I believe the vote should stay. Now before we get into my idea, I want to talk about why it should stay. The reason why it should stay is because as a community, we get to collectively make a choice of what gets added to the game. Not a lot of other games can say that. It's quite frankly really cool we get the opportunity to pick something like that. And besides that, it gets a lot of people talking about the game, because every year when this vote comes around, everyone starts buzzing about what should be added. So if we change it for the better, it'll be a win-win for everyone. We get something we like in the game, and the old ideas don't have to go, and the game gets talked about a lot. It's a win-win. Now as for my idea on how it should change, my idea is quite really simple. We should hold 2 votes every year. The first vote is the normal 3, the new ones that we get, and a second vote should be a loser bracket. They pick a couple of mobs from lost mobs that we've gotten for the past years, and we get to pick one from there. I feel like something as simple as that would make it a lot nicer, because people, even if you don't get the idea you like one year, it's like, oh, there's always next year. And we don't lose good ideas, and we get more content in the game. Now, is this idea 100% foolproof? No, people are still going to argue that their favorite mob lost. But I feel like people will be a lot less calm about it. Maybe, I don't know, people like to complain a lot, but I feel like it would just be better overall. So that way good ideas won't be wasted and they have a second chance. It just kind of sucks looking back at previous years. We've had so many cool ideas that are some of my personal favorites. Like for example, we had the first vote where we had that Blaze mini boss, which is called the Wildfire because they put it in dungeons. That was a cool mob. And then also like the Ice Illager, the Chillager. That was also a really cool one. And then plus since, you know, my name, TheGolemLord, I really want some more golems. But I didn't get them sadly. So I feel like an idea that's just giving mobs a second chance and not be thrown out is all we really need, honestly. I feel like it would fix a lot of backlash that people have about the vote. Is it going to be perfect? No, but I think it would be a heck of a lot better. So let's wrap up everything I've covered today. Like I said before, there's nothing wrong with asking for change in a game, but attacking the devs is not the way to go about it. If we get to a point where we don't have the devs on our side anymore, it's just going to be downhill from there. It just kind of sucks when they clearly care for this game, they care enough for it to update it even after all these years, and yet we attack them for it. It's just straight up uncalled for. We should really be grateful for what we have, because one day we might not even have it anymore. So instead of attacking them, maybe we should put out our own ideas. Maybe we can come together as a community and change for the better. I feel like that would have a much better ending versus where we're going now. If there was one thing I would take away from this video today, is just to think about what you're doing before we put it into action, because we could potentially lose this vote forever if they feel the need, because people are literally harassing and attacking the devs for it. It's just straight up uncalled for. Let's try not to ruin a good thing we have. Thank you for listening to what I had to say. If you agree with me or disagree with me, that's fine, but just don't attack anyone for it. Make sure to leave a like on the video, comment, subscribe, all that YouTuber stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.